Oh, hey there. Welcome back to another episode of Rustic Renderings. I'm your pal RJ. Boy, it's once again my favorite time of year. The crisp, cool fall air, pumpkin carving, tricks and treats, all your trees all strewn with toilet paper, and ghosts and ghoulies. That's right, I'm talking of course about Halloween.
Ha! What the devil?
Oh, sorry about that. Anywho, I thought maybe this Halloween we could make some pallet decorations. Let's get to it. When starting work on any project, whether you're making some rustic holiday decorations, or maybe you're plotting out the premise for a high-quality, spooky, nostalgia-filled TV show, an outline definitely helps. For instance, if I didn't use outlining to draw up predetermined shapes on all these pieces of wood, I'd end up with an end product that looks way dumber than what I wanted. And lucky for me, that philosophy is used by a creative team to make one of my favorite shows of all time, Stranger Things. The use of a good outline is readily apparent, whether looking at each season individually or as a collective whole. Each season has a central conflict that draws the protagonists together in creative and meaningful ways to combat whatever multitude of obstacles arise. And while each season can somewhat stand alone as its own complete story, they're full of moments where layers are peeled back to reveal details that allow the episodes and seasons to be woven together into a grand tapestry. None of which would be possible without the proper use of a good outline. That's not to say that it's all Egos and Three Musketeers all the time. There are plenty of small flaws and annoyances present throughout the series, the biggest of which has to be episode 7 of season 2, which saw the need to devote an entire episode to deviate from the building momentum of the main storyline to show a little side story of one of the main characters. Not to say I would have wanted to use my scrolling jigsaw here to cut that episode out entirely, but maybe put it in a different sequence of events so it wasn't so out of place. Even so, these negative aspects of the show are far outweighed by all the positives. While the show is full of so many great parts, ranging from top-notch special effects to a killer soundtrack, to all of the nostalgia-fueling props and apparel, if you'd use this belt sander here to sand away some of those superficial details, you'd find that at its heart, the show is about a core group of people who are trying to help each other out and just generally do the right thing. And for me, that's truly what makes it so relatable and enjoyable. Though I do have to admit that other stuff really helps out too. Cause like I said, those special effects, man, so good. And gross. And that soundtrack, holy crap, just really good stuff. And most specifically, some of those nostalgic details are truly incredible. Like some of the clothing that they wear, to some of the props and furniture and appliances, and especially a lot of those toys, which I had a lot of when I was a child, to even more recently the setting and locations that were used in Season 3. More than once I said to my wife, boy, I could watch a whole season of them just going to the mall. No conflict or nothing. Just seeing them go about their daily lives, going to different 80s movies and whatnot. I just really appreciate all that attention to detail. Speaking of details, I should probably switch gears and talk about the project that I'm working on here, just at least a little bit. Right now, I'm obviously adding some faces to these here ghosts. Just so you're aware, these aren't real ghosts. Obviously, you can't draw faces on real ghosts, it would just go right through them. I'm not an idiot. But you can draw faces on pallet wood, made to look like ghosts. So here we are. Next up, it's time to assemble all the pieces together. To assemble the ghosts, I found some scrap pallet boards to act as back braces. Then, instead of using my normal drywall screws, I used a brad nailer to attach them into place. And just look at that happy little ghost family. Now I know what you're thinking. You didn't see me make any pumpkins for this video. Well, that's because I used those same pumpkins that I made last year and just made some eyes, noses, and mouths to go on to make them look like jack-o'-lanterns. For the candy corn, I went with a different approach than normal. I could have assembled the pieces using a scrap pallet board, but instead I drilled some holes in each piece and then connected them together using some wire. Nothing special about the wire, it's just left over from when I hung my ceiling tiles in my theater room. I cut the wire into individual pieces of similar length, and then laced the pieces together and twisted the ends into little curlicues. The best part about this entire project is that it pretty much cost me nothing. Let's see how everything looks all together. I'm pretty happy with how everything turned out. This is just how I decided to make these pieces look, but you can put your own spin on it when you decide to do it yourself. Well, just like that, the pallet decorations are all done. And just think, in a few easy steps, you can make some of your own. All you need is some pallet wood, some paint, and a little bit of know-how. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go finish getting ready for my Halloween party. Happy Halloween, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.